Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. A few days ago I was talking to some of my students and I realized that they had some issues with vocabulary and some reading skills. That's why I decided to prepare this video and record this video to help those students improve their vocabulary and reading skills. I talked to some teachers at my school and I got their opinion, and I'm going to share those opinions and suggestions with you in this video. And I hope you'll enjoy this video. Let's get started.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Levent. I'm a history teacher, as you know, but here today I'm going to talk about English. How to memorize some English words and what technique I used was, as a historian, I had to read lots of articles and history books about history, but in English. So at the beginning it was very difficult for me to memorize some words, but then what I did was, which I hope is going to be very beneficial and useful for you, when I read a certain text, if there are words, unknown words that I come across very often, then I check the meaning. I check the dictionary and check the meaning. But if there are some words, unknown words that I rarely see, I just try to guess the meaning. Guessing is very important, I believe, in learning English, rather than checking every word in the dictionary. If you try to check every unknown word that you don't know the meaning, then it will be tiring, and at the end, I guess, you'll fed up. But try to guess the meanings of the words. But if there are some unknown words that you come across very often, then check it in the dictionary, and that is the technique that I used a lot when I was learning English. I hope it will be beneficial for you guys.
Hello everybody. Today I'd like to share you 3 steps to learn new vocabularies. 1 passive, 1 active, and a proactive way to learn new vocabularies. Passive way is that you can read a lot to learn new vocabularies. The active way is that you need to put them in your own dictionary. Create a dictionary for yourself. Put your unknown words in that dictionary and sometimes check them. And the third and the next step is that proactive one. It's not enough if you put them in your dictionary, but you need to transform them to yourself. You need to paraphrase them, make new sentences if you want to learn these vocabularies.
Hello everyone. I will give you some tips about learning vocabulary. The first tip is being mindful about the new words in your reading and listening. So if you pay attention to the new words while reading and listening, then you will likely remember those words and pay your attention to those words. The second tip is, while learning vocabulary, you should associate the new words with the other words that you have learned so far. So that will increase your chance of remembering those words if you relate it to as many areas or as many fields as possible. When it comes to reading, you shouldn't worry about the unknown words in the reading or listening text, but you should focus on the keywords that come up in the reading or listening, and also the recurring words in your reading and listening. If you pay attention to those words, then you will likely understand the reading and listening text better.
I also talked to some teachers in my school, and I took some notes. I want to share their suggestions with you. Natalia is an English teacher in my school, and I'd like to share her suggestions for reading and also vocabulary. And she recommends that whenever you read something, you shouldn't grab a dictionary directly, or you shouldn't use online translators to get the meaning of each word. You have to read the whole text, and you have to try to understand what it is mainly about. And at first stage, you shouldn't use a dictionary just directly. And you have to also recognize which words are important to understand the passage, and you have to understand the meaning from the context first, and after that you can use a dictionary or Pictionary with English meaning, not English and your own language. I also talked to another English teacher in my school, Simge. Simge recommended that you should get exposed to the word as much as possible, using reading techniques to guess the meaning from the context when you learn new vocabulary. And you have to also focus on your style of learning. You may learn via games or visual, or probably you can use also highlighters. And you have to also create your own sentences when you learn new vocabulary. And also writing or using new words in different contexts. For example, when you learn a new word, you can use it in different contexts to master how to use that word. You shouldn't repeat the same words, the same sentence several times. I also talked to another English teacher in my school. Britain recommended using Quizlet and flashcards for visual learners, and also to encourage learners, to encourage you to study on your own. You should use a proper dictionary. You may use Cambridge Dictionary or Oxford. You can use also online dictionaries, online Cambridge Online or Oxford. And you have to highlight the words in your book. For example, when you see new words, you can highlight them. And you have to also take notes during your lessons, and you have to also pay attention to part of a speech. For example, if a word is a noun, is an adjective, or is an adverb. And you have to write sentences in your own language in the way that you understand yourself. And also you can have a vocabulary box. Whenever you learn a new word, you can put it in the box and later you can revise it. And I think these suggestions are very helpful. And finally, my suggestion. I agree with all the suggestions in this video. One of them might help you, and you shouldn't give up. Learning new words, new vocabulary is not easy. Just you have to study, you have to practice, and you shouldn't give up. I hope this video helps you just to learn vocabulary, learn new words easily, and I hope we have given some suggestions for you to improve your English language. Hope to see you again in my channel.